All right, welcome to another film breakdown. This is Duke's win, come from behind win at Louisville on Sunday. It was a 6 o'clock tip off in Louisville, a weird time to start the game. I think 5 o'clock there in Louisville time. Look, Duke, another slow start. The Auburn game, the Kansas game, and now this game seems like Duke gets down quickly and some of the time double figures before like Malik Brown checks in with 17 minutes to go in the first half. And so I think what Duke needs to do is they need to start Malik Brown. That's nothing against Common. It just he sets the tone defensively for this team, and maybe that's what ignites a quick start for Duke. Like I said, Common's not doing anything wrong. It's just Malik Brown has set the tone every time he walks on the court. He establishes defensive presence, and the team reacts and surrounds him with the same defensive energy that he brings. So if you haven't seen it on my YouTube, on my Twitter at JMan's Takes, I charted 53 deflections, steals / blocks by Malik Brown this season. I watched every defense possession Duke has had this season. Yes, every possession, 695 of them to be exact. And so I charted it, and it's on my Twitter account at JMan's Takes. So give me a follow there if you watch these, if you have Twitter, and we're going to go right into it. Again, another slow start for Duke, and it's kind of all the same. Like Louisville came out hot shooting from three. There they get to the rim to start the game, but I think they started 8 of 11 from three, and then they finished 11 of 31 from three. So they finished 3 of 20 from three. Here, Proctor just simple pass, move without the basketball, step into it, hit a three. His only three that he made. I think he was 1 of 6 from three. He started 1 for 1, but Proctor had a really good game for Duke. Got to the rim in the second half when Duke needed buckets, and Proctor showed his senior leadership or upperclassman leadership for the Blue Devils. And here's an open three for Louisville. And if you're wondering how this happens, we'll go right back to it. So again, how often have we seen confusion from Duke with guard to guard or some type of exchange on the perimeter? Here's Knipple. Knipple's man is slipping the screen. He's not setting a screen. He's slipping. Knipple is switching with Proctor, even though the switch doesn't need to happen here. Knipple is switching, but Knipple didn't need to. So now Knipple is he's struggling to get back, and Flag is taking Knipple's guy because Knipple's guy is wide open for the slip. So now Flag is down there. Knipple and Flag bump into each other, leads to an open three. It's just Duke is a really good defensive team, one of the best defensive teams in the country, if not the best defensive team in the country. But their weakness is still exchanges on the perimeter, guard to guard. Even though that was a big, it still was a slip. Like the exchanges are Duke's weakness right now. And there's Hepburn just being physical, tough shot, tip in, and I didn't see the replay. I didn't see this live, but I saw it just then of Shire immediately getting Malik Brown in the game off of this shot attempt, because that is Common's guy, tip in, and then look at John Shire. Points right to Malik Brown, get up and go. Here, Sion loses it. Sion had a tough start to the game. Both his turnovers came early. And then Lefty, right? They showed a graphic in the game that I think 83% of his shots are threes and 17% are twos. And so he's going to pull these. He's going to pull these in transition. Louisville shoots a lot of threes, but when you give them an easy one early and now a transition three, which is a layup for a guy that has shot 83% of his shots from three, they're feeling it. They're feeling the home crowd. They're feeling the energy. They've had 2 open looks, and that's how you get hot. That's how a team gets hot from three. Get 2 early open looks, you feed off the crowd energy, and then everything else starts to fall. Nice jab step there by Foster. Foster, again, I thought he played pretty good for Duke. Back-to-back games where I thought he played very well coming off the bench. Hits a big three there. And then Duke ran this a few times early. Cooper Flag hesitated. He shouldn't have stopped his cut. He does score here, but Duke ran this a couple times early in the game, maybe even more than that. But this is basically John Beeline. This is what made John Beeline very popular, very famous Hall of Fame coach. This is a Beeline just reverse pivot. Beeline's bigs always made these type of plays in his offense, especially when he's at West Virginia, where they're dribbling over, looking like the action is going one way, and the big man will stop on a dime and throw the other way to the other guard. Here, instead of throwing it to the perimeter, Cooper Flag back doors, and it's a lay-in. But that is a John Beeline special right there. And then Proctor, bigger guy on him, doesn't matter. I love to see this type of Proctor, the one-on-one Proctor with the mid-range pull-up. That is his bread and butter. He's really good catch and shoot guy, but his bread and butter is getting to the paint and elevating. Again, confusion by Duke leads to a setback or sidestep three from Hepburn. And Isaiah played a great game against Auburn. He didn't play terribly here. It's just he gets in, he's lost. Everybody's pointing to him to go to Hepburn. Kind of late on a closeout. Doesn't close out high enough. And he three right in his face. And then next possession for Louisville gets Isaiah, just catches him sleeping just a little too deep. Back-to-back threes for Louisville as Isaiah just checked in the game. That's unfortunate. But if Duke wants Isaiah to start playing these double-digit minutes, I think he played 10 or 11 minutes in this game after the Auburn game. Like, these are just going to be some of the growing pains. He needs to have these healthy live reps of action against really good teams. He's just a little late, and like I said, this Louisville team shoots some threes. They don't make a lot, but they shoot a lot. But all these looks, for the most part, from three are really good looks to start the game. And there, Caleb Foster, under control, good pace, good floater in the rim, little two-man game, good screen by Flag. Flag's a short roller if he wants it. Foster makes the right decision, and perfect floater, perfect teardrop floater. 5 quick points off the bench from Foster. But again, like, you got to get out there. That's not a really good shot by Edwards, but again, this team is 4 of 6 from three right now to start the game, and they have the green light, and you go under this, and they're going to pull it. Again, I don't think it's a great shot by Edwards, but now they're 5 of 7 from three. The crowd is going ballistic, and all the energy and momentum is in Louisville's favor to start this game. Again, what hurts Duke here, Common is in a small lineup. It's just a lose situation for the big fella, unfortunately. He's guarding ball, and they're setting a guard-to-guard screen because look how small Louisville is. Mason Gillis is guarding the biggest guy in the corner. Common's stuck in a pick-and-pop action. He doesn't know – he's not supposed to be out there. Stumbles just a little bit, and again, this guy has shot 83% of his shots from three. Gets plenty of space, shoots it over the top, and Louisville's on fire. Again, wide open three. And how does this happen? Well, this is how this happens. Let's go back a little bit farther. So what happens right here? How does Louisville get this wide open three for Edwards? Well, this is a back screen on Commons guy. Malawach is going to get screened. Knipple needs to bump this. He needs to bump number one right in his chest and get back to his guy. Knipple doesn't bump. He stays attached. And so now it's a free runner to the rim. And Common does a good job of making up the ground, getting through. But Sion was anticipating Common to be stuck on that screen. So Sion is now out of position on help side. And he goes for the shot fake when he probably should have stayed back because Common recovered. So now Sion's guy's wide open. And it leaves an open three. Louisville hits it. Any mistake Duke made in the first half, Louisville made Duke pay the price every time. It wasn't like Duke got lucky that it was a blown assignment and Louisville missed the shot. Louisville made every shot. Every shot. But this is how Duke got back in the game. Duke turns you over. Duke turns you over. And that's a bucket that Duke really needed. And of course, Malik Brown was in there. Mason Gillis, I think, got the deflection. But when Duke needs to get back in ball games, they'll turn you over. Look at that. 6 turnovers, 11-point game. I think Louisville ended up turning it over about 15 times. One-on-one sidestep. I mean, that's a tough shot. Knippel's not much Knippel could do right there. But again, this team for Louisville has already hit easy ones, so now they're just going to hit tough ones. They're in that rhythm. 73% from 3, and they finished 11 of 31. So they really fell off a cliff in the second half. This is my favorite type of Duke right here, is flag on the short roll. Look, we know Knippel has had shooting struggles in the big games. I get it. I know some Duke fans are mad. They don't want him to play. They want him to sit more. But the guy is arguably Duke's best facilitator. He had 8 assists against Kansas in a game he shot terrible. And then he had 6 assists to 1 turnover in this game. He had 12 points, and he hit a couple big threes late. I know he shot 4 of 12, but his shot will come along. Him having 6 assists as a shooting guard for this team in a big game, big come from behind win, is promising. The guy is a really good basketball player. Malik Brown doing what he does, tip out. Then Mason Gillis sighting. If Mason Gillis can come in and play his 5 minutes and hit a 3 or 2, like that'd be massive for Duke. He just needs to find his confidence with the unit when he's in. Shot 49% from 3 last year. He can shoot it. He just got to play more with. He has to play with more confidence. And I thought he played okay in this game. Again, high percentage shot for Knippel. Like this doesn't drop. He's missed some of these, but this is good Knippel. This is good Knippel. Jab step, beat the smaller defender, body bump, create separation, elevate. It's a good shot. He missed it. So what? It's frustrating, but like he's not taking really a lot of bad ones. I say that he's going to get a 3 blocked in a little bit in the second half, but he doesn't really take a lot of bad ones. And then Edwards is just throwing stuff up. He is on a heat check from God knows where, and he just throws something up over Cooper Flagg, a running hook, and Edwards is feeling it. Then Malik Brown gets a steal like he does almost every game, and this is a great skip pass in transition by Isaiah Evans to Caleb Foster. Cuts it into a single-digit game. That was a massive play from Malik Brown and a hell of a pass by Isaiah Evans and a big shot from Caleb Foster. Again, Proctor driving is good for Duke. Good things happen when Proctor gets downhill. Good things happen when Proctor gets downhill. Gets downhill, shot clock's winding down. He draws 2, he kicks, and then Sion James beats the buzzer. Big 3. Big 3. And here's just laziness by Louisville. Just lazy. Cooper Flagg makes him pay. Pump fake, lean into the defender, and 1. 3-point play. 3-point play. Just lazy offense by Louisville right there. I was going to try and go farther back, but my mouse is not working with me tonight. Duke wants to get back into games, and when Duke does get back in games, they turn you over. Edwards forces it. Duke's out and going. And then I think Flagg, it cuts away right here, but I think he tries to force it. Flagg does this sometimes, and he just has to learn, right? That's a low percentage take. Pull it out and run something, get into something. Here is a very tough possession for Cooper Flagg. A very tough defensive possession for Cooper Flagg here. When I first watched this, my jaw dropped. Cooper Flagg gets completely lost right here. This is just hell of a play by Louisville, and Cooper just is going through the motions, thinking his guy's going down. His guy fakes him out. Wide open 3. Like, I don't know how this happens. Cooper's just watching the ball, and assuming that's where his guy's going. His guy rejects the screen, stays at top of the key or the wing, and hits it. Here's the block on Knipple. Good ball movement by Duke. Khan he's gotta know when the guy's that close and closing out. And then Malawach. One thing about Common is he likes to float back some. Like I know people want him posting up, and I would love that too. But Common's feet always want to drift back rather than go forwards in action. I don't know if that's by design or what, but like he's drifting baseline here when he needs to be in the dunker spot. Like he's drifting baseline, get in the dunker spot where the second L is in Louisville, and make B7-2, catch it, and then you take one dribble and you flush it. But he's just drifting underneath the rim. And honestly, it's probably because Knipple's about to shoot it, but make yourself known on the baseline. Instead, three-pointer shot is blocked, and then Louisville goes the other way. A hell of a recovery by Sion James. Sion gets caught ball watching. His guy backdoors. His guy's in the corner, backdoor. Sion's late, and Sion just recovers like a grown man, throws it off the backboard. Duke's running. And here, Khan's going to make this layup, but throw that up. Throw that up. You got a 7-2 guy running the floor. Throw that up. And then, like I said, Proctor mid-range, his spin move fadeaway. My God, thing of beauty. One of my favorite shot selections from a guard is Tyrese Proctor's spinning fadeaway shot in the paint, in the mid-range. It's beautiful. Tough floater by Terrence Edwards. I thought that was good coverage by Duke the whole way. I thought Common played very good defense. Really good drop coverage. He's staying level with his guy, allows Knipple to get back in front of his guy. In and out dribble, kind of gets Khan to where Edwards can get one more step in. But, I mean, that's a contested runner. It's a contested runner. It's a good shot. It's a good shot. And then Knipple being strong with it, and a big shot by Cooper Flagg. There's only 3 of the game, but a big one. This is what's frustrating. This is what frustrates me. Flagg does it here and Knipple does it later. Is your short corner. The ball is so close to you and your man that your guy should not get this shot off. Your guy should not get this shot off. Yes, you're showing help, but that's a lollipop of a pass. Like you're staying straight up. You're not getting out there. You kind of show a late closeout, a late contest. That ball should never go up. That ball, you should be crowding the shooter on the catch to where he can't elevate. Instead, it's kind of like a walk through there to there. You let a guy shoot. And I don't know what he's shooting from 3. Maybe Duke's like, hey, let him shoot from 3. But even then, the space is so crowded right there. Get in him. Get in him. Instead, a 4-point game turns to a 7-point game. And that was frustrating. I feel like that could have been avoided. Again, Proctor going one-on-one, smaller defender, get off me. Great take by Proctor. He can't guard you, and Proctor went at him. He went at Smith every time he was on him. Again, another body bump, floater by Terrence Edwards. I think it's Terrence Edwards, or I'm making that up, but it is Edwards, but he just finds Knipple's chest, bumps into him. It's a good floater. Knipple has to show a little resistance, a little more resistance than he did, but that's a tough shot. Now here comes flare screen action. Look how empty this side of the floor is. Malik Brown, good ball screen. Mason Gillis, good pass to throw it in front of Proctor, where Proctor still has forward momentum, and then Proctor finishes at the rim. Simple set, but Duke does a good job of getting Caleb Foster out of there. Can I go farther back? Yeah, here we go. So he passed to Mason Gillis. The guy who just passed it is the one receiving it. Caleb Foster's just cutting to go to the corner and getting out of there. So Edwards is not a threat to be help side. Screen, flare screen, catch on the run, finish. Good set by John Shire. And then this is the Cooper flag that I really like to see. You see how he had the angle there, whereas the first half of the one that cut away, he didn't. The defender was more in front of him. Here, he is taking away Edwards' chance to get in front of him. Nice shoulder bump, left-hand finish, high percentage shot by flag. Again, great take, good finish, because now you're turning the corner and you're getting on their outside of their hip. You're getting on the outside of Louisville's hip, where in the first half, Louisville was dictating where Flag was trying to go when Flag was throwing up tough ones. But here, he's by his guy, by him, shielded off the defender, and finishes. And then this is what you love to see from Knipple. He's been struggling. 5-point game. I think Flag just went out with his fourth foul. Knipple checks in for Flag, and Knipple shoots this like he's been shooting 6 of 6 from the field in this game. Just catch, no hesitation. Defender fell, nothing but net. And you don't think like Duke's bench knows that Knipple is struggling a little bit? Maybe Knipple's in his head. Like, look at Shire's reaction. Like, he knows. Keep shooting. He has faith in his guy. Keep shooting. And then a grown man take by Sion James. Sion has one of these dunks a game where you're just like, holy shit. That's a running back going, or a linebacker going down the lane. But here, Sion gets burnt on a back cut. Good set by Louisville. Pat Kelsey, good set. Where it's guard to guard. It's a flare screen like Duke just did against Louisville, or Proctor got downhill and finished at the rim. They're running a flare screen. Duke's switching the flare screen, but Sion James is too far up on his guy. And this is Smith, who, like I've said all video, has shot 83% of his shots from outside the arc. So I can see why Sion was cheating more up, and he just gets burnt going back door. He was aggressive and it backfired. Great look by Con Knipple. Great pass. Malik Brown might have got away with a step or two, but it's fine. But this is just also a really good cut by Malik Brown. Malik Brown's IQ is just top notch. Probably the best on the team. That's saying something. There's a lot of smart guys on this team. Sion James, I skipped the 5th grade because he's so smart. But Malik Brown just backdoors here because this guy's not paying attention. He's in help side. And look, help side is looking at Con Knipple. Malik Brown's guy's looking to see where the ball is. And Malik Brown sees that, puts his hand up, hey, throw it, I'm cutting. Loses this guy, finds his body, lays it in. Switch, outlet, and then the 5 is doing a Euro step and flushing and transition. I know Malik Brown's not a traditional 5. I know he's more of like a wing if he was anywhere else, but it's pretty cool to see a 5 guy doing a Euro step and flushing and transition in a pivotal moment of the game. But going back just a little bit, seeing this switch, Hepburn had a pretty good game. He was really good defensively for Louisville. Really good motor on the kid. But Malik Brown will challenge anybody out on the perimeter with his hands. Look at this. Look where Hepburn starts his dribble on the switch with the post player who is the 5 in this lineup for Duke. And then he's retreat dribbling because Malik Brown is quickly on him. So now he's trying to turn the corner, but he doesn't have a good angle because Malik Brown's being physical. Dribbles off Malik Brown's foot. Sion James is quick with it. Throws to Malik Brown. Flush. All because Malik Brown is so aggressive on switches, and he will guard 1 through 5. It does not matter who you are. He will guard you. He locked up Broom. He locked up Hunter Dickinson. He got Hunter Dickinson ejected. He will guard the best player on the court and make them suffer. Guys going against Malik Brown scoring this season via synergy, they are 5 of 30 from the field. 5 of 30 from the field. Defense player of the year. Again, really good take by Tyrese Proctor. Very impressed with how he finished around the rim in this game. Like I said, Hepburn played good defense throughout the game, so this isn't a fluke. Like, Tyrese Proctor's not going against Smith, where he's a slower and smaller defender. Hepburn's been a tough play against Duke all game. Proctor goes to the left, finishes strong, much-needed basket to put him up 6. And then Con Knipple. Big guy out there on him, hits the 3, makes him dance. And like I said, we all know he's struggling, but you think Duke doesn't know that too? Like, Duke has the confidence in Con Knipple, like he's shooting 50% in these big games. Look at Justin Robinson's reaction. Get the big fella dancing, shoot over top the smaller guy, Justin Robinson, fist pumps, because Duke knows he can shoot these. He shoots this and he misses it, but Duke knows he can make these shots, and they're sticking with him. Here's unlucky that Malik Brown had an offensive rebound. Mason Gillis kind of gets in the way. Malik Brown slips, and then spin cycle, lay in on Gillis. That was a tough sequence there, but now Duke has it again, and just a little dump down pass from Knipple to Flag. Nothing special, but just shows the patience of Con's game. And a really good cut by Flag. His guy penetrates. Flag shows after Knipple picks up his dribble. And that's a tough mid-range shot. That is not an easy shot. I don't know if I've ever hit that type of shot in my life, actually. I've never attempted one that close. But see, this is where I was frustrated, like I was frustrated with Flag. Here's Con. This time he is really on a shooter on Smith. You're already over there. And he's not even in help side much. He's hugging his guy. That ball should not be able to go up. It's 70-60, 2:28 to go. You need to stop here, because you get the stop. Mathematically, everything's looking a lot better. You're up 10. You dribble the air out of the ball. You get a shot clock violation. It's under 2 minutes, up 10. But here, it's a 3-pointer now. It's a 7-point game, and that could have been avoided. But it didn't come back to bite Duke. But those are the type of plays where I'm just like, you gotta close out more to where that shot can't go up at all. Malik Brown, again, any sort of life Louisville is trying to show late in the game to make a comeback, Malik Brown was just not having it. Malik Brown was just not having it. 9-point game. They're trying to get a quick one to cut back to 7. Malik Brown just throws it away. Duke gets to play a little stall ball here. Cooper Flag, falling possession. Goes against a smaller guy, gets his own rebound, flushes, gets the picture, and Duke gets the win. So it was a gritty performance by Duke. I was very impressed by how Duke played when Flag went out with 4 fouls, because, look, that's going to happen another time or two in this season. Flag's going to be in foul trouble. Can Duke step up and play as a unit, which they did? I think they went on a 15-2 run. The offense looked really good. Can they continue that? Can Malik Brown continue to do what he's doing? Yes. Can Sion James continue to be consistent? Yes. Can we see more from Common? Like, can Common show more aggressiveness? I think so. I still have a lot of stock in every single individual on this team. I love this team as a whole. I love this team as individuals. And I love the staff. What they've done through, 9 games, Duke 7-2, been battle-tested. Got an easy one against what's the name? Encarte Word. I know I butchered that. I went to Ferrum. Acceptance rate was 100%. But they have an easy one this week on Tuesday night, and I think Duke wins that comfortably. I think we see the whole bench play, and I think it's going to be a fun season. I think it's going to be a fun rest of 2024, and then once conference play really starts in January, I think this team is capable of making a big run leading into March. So I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys next time.